The formula for a pyramid we talked about yesterday. At some point in time, you need to write it on in. Capital B plus half PL. From there, everything deals with the base. Look at the pyramid at the bottom. It's a triangle, so that means we have a separate formula. But this time, they didn't, like our notes or like our assignment, give us a whole bunch of lines on the bottom. They just told us right away what the area of the base was. This one's a freebie then. You don't need to show me the formula for area of the base. We already know it. All we need then is the perimeter. Remember, this one is a triangle, so it's A plus B plus C for all three sides. Please make sure we add up all three sides. This side is 12. This side is 12. And then that back side, because it's a regular pyramid, all the sides are the same. Calculator, mental math. Be careful with both of them. 12 plus 12 plus 12 gives us 36. Then plug everything into the formula. Wherever you're showing that, plug in that the area of the base, we were told, 62.4, plus half, or 0.5, times 36, times, and then what is that slant height? Yeah, the distance here along the side, 17. And then we carefully type that into our calculator. And the final answer we get on that one, 368 4/10 yards square. The triangles were a little different because we had to focus in on them. On this one, we've gone away from triangular pyramids. They're just plain rectangle, or excuse me, square pyramids. Little bits less lines on it, hopefully a little bit more confident boosting for us. So let me just do, yeah, we're gonna do one of each. I'll do number 2 just because I'm going in a line. I want to do number 4, but depending on where you want to put your work, I'll just do number 2. Some point in time, you have to show me the surface area formula. Don't want to do it right away? You don't have to. But by putting it down, we draw all our attention to that capital letter B, which stands for the area of the base. You have a highlighter if you want to. You can use your pencil, you can use your pen, whatever, to outline, in this case, the shape of the base. For a pyramid, it's the bottom. The shape of the bottom is, in this case, a rectangular square. Is a square by definition. So you put in the formula, length times width, and then you do that. The length, 28. The width, 28. 28 times 28, 784. Then somewhere you do the perimeter. Again, don't have enough space, you can go all the way down here. You can show it on a separate piece of paper. The perimeter, it is now a square. 4 sides, length plus width plus length plus width. And off we go. The length, 28. The width, 28 plus 28 plus 28. 4 28s, 112. Plug it all into the formula. We've got SA equals 784 plus, don't get that mixed up, it's a plus sign, half times 112 times our slant height of 26. When you type all that in, be very careful you type that in there correctly into the calculator. You can get really large numbers. The larger the numbers you start with, the larger the answer will be. 2,240, please note. like your quiz for tomorrow, like your test next week, your label needs to be squared. Hopefully pyramids today go a little bit better. Another kind of day 2 of it, day 2 of all of them. But since we're doing a day 2 of all of them, turn to the other side. And I'm going to do one of each of these. A rectangular prism, a triangular prism, and a circular prism, aka a cylinder. On number 1, rectangular prisms. Remember, you can't go wrong. What rectangle would you like me to choose? The front? Sounds great. Outline it. If you even want to color it in, go right ahead. On my keys, I've been coloring them in. Draw all your attention there. Somewhere, somehow, you need to show me all the work. Find the area of that rectangle, length times width. It doesn't matter which rectangle you choose, because the same rectangle is on opposite sides. That makes it the prism. Thus, here's the thing we have to be careful of. How wide is this rectangle we chose in the front? 7 by 12. You take and multiply those on out.
84.
We get 84. Then somewhere you need to show me the perimeter. L plus W plus L plus W. Once again, everything's about this base shape. 7 plus 12 plus 7 plus 12. Add it on up. 1, 2, 3. 38. Wonderful. Some point in time, you need to show me these formulas, these work, and then for a prism, our formula, there are now 2 bases. There are 2 rectangles, one in front, one in back, or one on the side, one on the other side, one on top, one on bottom. So 2b plus ph. Plug it on in. 2 times the area. 84. Don't mix those numbers around. I did that once, remember. Plus 38. And now always remember this h here refers to the height of the prism. What's the distance between the 2 bases? What's the distance between the rectangles? In this case, it's 6. When you plug all that in, even though there are 3 different rectangles we could have chosen, the front and the back we chose. My key, I've got top and bottom, so I've got different work. You could have chosen the left and the right. We get the answer 396 centimeters squared. From there, again, going to scroll down ever so slightly. I'm going to go to number 7. Excuse me. It didn't quite copy very well. However, when you're looking at it, what is the general shape of number 7? A triangle. Outline the triangle. Is there a triangle on top and bottom?
Yes.
That makes it a prism. Thus, we are able to use our formula. You want to write it in right away? Go ahead. Want to wait till you've done all the other work? Go ahead. It's 2b plus ph, but here's the thing. You just said it was a triangle. So when we find the area of a triangle, it's not length times width. That is in your pink book, your Mathlit book, which you need tomorrow for your Mathlit quiz, as well as it's also in your planner. Base height divided by 2. This is the base and height of the triangle. Everything you're focusing in here, remember, look at this right angle. What sides is it touching? What numbers are it touching? Are it touching? Is it touching? Excuse me, use good English. The 6 and the 8. And then don't forget, you tell me the answer is 48. Great job. Don't forget, it's a triangle. What do you have to do at the end of it? Divide by 2. Thus, we should say that the area of our base is 24. Please remember, it's a triangle. If I say find the perimeter, length plus width is 4 sides. That does not work. a triangle, you're going to put in A plus B plus C. Then do just that. This side was 6, plus this side was 8, plus, be very careful, we're not going to use 15. Go around that base you highlighted. The other number is 10. When you add those up together, you get 24. It can happen. It doesn't always happen that they're the same, but it can happen. Now plug everything in. 2 times 24 plus, don't mix that up, make sure that's a plus sign, 24 times, now this height, it's the height of the prism. What's the distance between the two bases that are the same shape? What's the distance between the triangle on top and the triangle on the bottom? 15. Plug that on in, type it in away, and this one I don't actually have the answer typed up for already, so what do we get? $408. Heard it a couple of times, and I got it as well. Please remember, this is graded on an actual worksheet, so that's why I want to make sure I've typed it in there right. I've double-checked my work. You've said it a couple of times, so I know I've got the right answer. Nothing worse than making a mistake on the key. That's a triangular prism. And then just one more, so we've got it. 10, 11, 12, they're all the same. Let's do 10. Oh, the side will be the same thing because what on number 10 is the general shape of this object? It's a cylinder, which means the base is what shape? It's a circle. Doesn't look like it because it's a three-dimensional object. Don't worry about that. But draw your attention there. Since it's a cylinder, since there's the same shape on top and on bottom, SA equals 2B plus PH. I need that at some point in time, but if you'd say, Mr. Walls, I want to find the area first, please remember pi r squared. That's how we find the area of a circle. We've been using 3.14 for pi, and then what does r stand for again? Radius. Did they give you a radius? Yep. So then that's 8 squared, or 8 times 8. Remember, that's not 16. So be very careful whether you want to type it in as 3.14 times 64, or 3.14 times 8, or times 8 squared. Either way, you're going to get the same number. And you know what? It involves pi, so you're going to have to leave a decimal. And then perimeter of a circle. When we go around a circle, what do we call the going around the outside of a circle? Circumference, please remember. Yesterday someone forgot that I'm not that old. Music used to come on CDs. Circumference, CD. Rock out to some music. Or just remember it however you'd like. 3.14. The D stands for diameter. Don't plug in an 8 for the diameter. What's the diameter going all the way across? It would be 16 going all the way across. 2 8s. So you get 50.24, and then plug everything in. 2 times 200.96 plus 50.24 times, what is the height? What is the distance between the two circles, between the two bases? 10. Mr. Walls, I don't have enough room here. Mr. Walls, I've ran out of room. Put bubbles around it, box it, highlight around it if you want to. If you need to go to a separate piece of paper, that is perfectly fine. Just make sure you attach it tomorrow when you turn it in. Then type it in very carefully. Again, make sure you double check it. Last time, second hour actually yesterday, I typed in one number wrong. I was off by tenths or even a hundredths, and I got the answer wrong. Did we get 904.32?
Yes.
904 and 32 hundredths inches squared.